Hello, it's nice to meet you. My name is Virginia Voltaire, and I'm going to be your psychologist for the day. Now, we just met, so I do have your documents in front of me stating your information and whatnot, but I'd just like to confirm it with you. What is your name? Okay. What is your age? Okay. Your birthday's coming up soon. Yeah. Happy early birthday. I think that's the only thing I really need to know right now. Okay, I see that you aren't in here for any trauma or anything like that. Nothing serious, nothing work-related, nothing court-mandated. I see you're just here for a normal, just checkup, really, which is completely fine. I feel like physical checkups are the same as mental checkups, or mental checkups are the same as physical checkups. I think they both deserve, a regular checkup. So I'm assuming you just wanted to know where you are standing, basically, on a psychological and personality standpoint. Is this correct, or am I off? Okay. Alright, if you want to know more about your personality, there is a very popular test coming around called the MBTI test. It's a personality test. It stands for Myers-Briggs test. It's a psychological test that basically gives you an umbrella term over what your personality is. It determines certain factors of certain huge components of your personality, basically. And it basically, my apology for overusing the word basically, but it helps you sort of realize, or not even realize, what's a better word than that? It kind of sheds light onto how you how you interact with other people. And so, if you'd like, we can conduct that test. Okay. Basically, what happens during the test, it's not anything invasive, obviously, it's a personality test. It's fairly simple. It's just you answering to the best of your ability a series of questions. It's not going to be yes or no, because that would be a little too black and white, basically. It's going to be just a range. I'm going to be asking you from a scale of 1 to 10 how you rank the statement as being true to yourself, and then if you think it's very true, you're going to say 10. If you think it's completely false, it does not apply to you whatsoever, that is not something that is part of your personality, it's going to be a 1. So that's basically how you rank it. There's going to be 60 questions on the test, other than, the basic questions that I just asked you, such as gender, age. Oh no, I didn't ask you about gender, but it's obvious. Gender, age, and name. So we're going to determine based on those factors, and then we should be able to give you your 4-letter umbrella acronym term. So once more, I must emphasize the fact that it is an umbrella term, and it's not necessarily finite. You can obviously change it whenever you basically change your personality, or whenever anything happens, or whenever you have a different personality change. So don't consider this as being the dead and final, you are this sort of judgment. Just consider it as a nice, finger pointing in the right direction sort of test. So just so I can kind of shut my mouth, we're going to be conducting the test. So let me pull it up. I'll be writing down your responses, so don't you worry about remembering. Obviously, I wouldn't expect you to even think you'd have to remember it, but just in case you were doubtful, I'm going to be informing you of that. Let me just close out of this patient's file. Pull up your profile. No, I would not like to update. Okay, here we go. Okay, are you ready? Okay, good. Let's look. The first question. You are always on time to your appointments. 1 to 10, how accurate do you think that is to you? Okay. Let me just write this down. You like to be engaged in an active, fast-paced career. Okay. You enjoy having a wide circle of acquaintances. Okay. You feel involved when watching TV shows, like you feel like you're a character on the show. Okay. You are usually the first to react to a sudden event, such as the telephone ringing or an unexpected question. Okay. You feel that the world is founded on compassion. Okay. That's actually a very common answer. Once more, there is no right or wrong answer. It's just go with the flow, feel it out, feel how accurate it is to your life, and then give it a number to how close it is to your personality. So far, you're doing very well, yes, actually. You're not stuttering, as in the sense that you're not stuttering and you're not, getting anxious or anything like that. You're not making it into a big deal like some other patients have in the past, thinking that that is going to be their conclusive personality, basically. You think that everything in the world is relative. Relative meaning as in everything in the world is in a gray area. There's no true, there's no false, there's no right, there's no wrong. Everything, depending on the context, is what it is. You don't think that there is a black and white sort of scenario. Everything is just depending. Okay. Strict observance of the established rules is likely to prevent attaining a good outcome. Okay. No, it's okay. Once more, there's no right or wrong answers. It's just, you're not going to get a diagnosis or anything out of this. You're just going to be getting an umbrella term of a personality. It is difficult to get you excited. Okay. We can talk about that as well if you like later on, or even today. When making decisions, you rely more on your feelings than on an analysis of the situation. As in, you're not going to be taking your time to look at the situation rationally. You're just going to be kind of relying on your gut instinct. Okay. You often think about humankind and its destiny. Okay. You believe the best decision is one that can be easily changed. Okay. Wow, you're going really fast. You know yourself very well. You often ponder the root cause of phenomena and things. Okay. You prefer to act immediately rather than speculate about various options. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a common facet of the world today, where people just want to get things done quickly. You trust reason rather than feelings. Okay. You are inclined to rely more on improvisation rather than prior planning. Okay. Any number will do. Just feel it out. No rush. Okay. Thank you. You spend your leisure time actively socializing with a group of people, attending parties, shopping, etc. Okay. So sometimes. Okay. You usually plan your actions in advance. Okay. Your actions are frequently influenced by your emotions. Not necessarily a corrective issue, it's just something that we can work on. Yeah, so if you have a concern about that, any concern you have, we can work on it. So don't worry. Right now we're just exploring. We're explorers right now. You are a person somewhat reserved and distant in communication. Okay. You know how to put every minute of your time to good purpose. Okay. You often contemplate the complexity of life. All right. After a prolonged socialization, you feel you need to get away and be alone. Okay. It's not necessarily contradictory. It's just, once more, the reason this shouldn't be taken so seriously is because there's a lot of dichotomies in our personalities. There's a lot of facets. You can have multiple personalities even without having to go into the disorder and still feel like, you're the same person, basically. There's a lot of ways we handle situations and certain contexts of the situations and whatnot. So that's why we shouldn't take this test too seriously. It's much more, as I said before, kind of a finger in the right direction, but it's not a test where you have to be 100% this is my personality, because there is no such thing as having a one fixed personality. You just have different various hundreds of facets in your personality that compose who you are, basically. So don't take this to heart. It's just going to be revealing just a facet of your personality, as I said before. Okay, but to continue on, where have we? Okay, you often do jobs in a hurry. Okay, that means we're going to get a lot done during these sessions. You easily see the general principle behind specific occurrences. Okay. You frequently and easily express your feelings and emotions. Okay. You find it difficult to speak loudly. No, it's okay. I find it difficult to speak loudly at times as well. Usually it's not even rooted in anxiety or shyness or anything. It's just a tone of voice and people have to make a big deal out of it. But it's fine. Doesn't really reveal anything huge about you. You get bored if you have to read theoretical books. Some of them, okay. Okay, let me just scroll down. You tend to sympathize with other people. You value justice higher than mercy. You rapidly get involved in the social life of a new workplace. Okay. The more people you speak to, the better you feel. Once more, don't take it to heart, just feel it out. If you feel like it is something that did strike you and you did think, oh, when I go to a party and I speak to a lot of people and the conversations go well, then I do feel happy, I do feel confident, I do feel prouder. While if I go to a party and no one gives me the conversation I like or gives me the same, vibes that I enjoy, then I usually feel more self-conscious. Just feel it out, determining the majority of your feeling towards it, and then say a number. Okay. Where was I? You tend to rely on your experience rather than on theoretical alternatives. Basically what that means is that you tend to rely on what you've been through in the past and go by that as learning experience rather than to ponder different routes as to how this circumstance can manifest itself differently than what you had experienced in the past, if that makes sense. Okay, good. If I'm not clear enough, simply correct me. I sometimes do fumble over my words a bit. Okay. As a rule, you proceed only when you have a clear and detailed plan. Okay. You easily empathize with the concerns of other people. Okay. Often you prefer to read a book than go to a party. No, don't feel bashful. It's completely fine if you'd rather go to a party than read a book, or if you'd rather read a book than go to a party. It's just your taste, it's just your likes. No one should make you feel bad for liking what you like. When with a group of people, you enjoy being directly involved and being at the center of attention. Okay. You are more inclined to experiment than to follow familiar approaches. Okay. Yeah, some of these questions are a bit repetitive, but it's just to confirm your answers, basically, and to see to what degree you feel this answer is correct. Okay. You are strongly touched by the stories of people's troubles. Okay. Deadlines seem to you to be of relative rather than absolute importance. What that basically means is, sorry, I was correcting something. What that basically means is that basically, instead of stressing over some homework deadline that you have to do for college or school or any work sort of related deadline, you simply go, if I make it, I make it. If I don't, I don't. So, do you believe deadlines seem to be a relative rather than absolute? Do you believe it's more of I'll get it done if I get it done. If I don't, it's not the end of the world? Or do you think, in the absolute term, do you think, oh my god, I'm going to completely fail this world if I end up missing this deadline? Okay. You prefer to isolate yourself from outside noises. Okay. It is essential for you to try things with your own hands. Okay. You think that almost everything can be analyzed. Okay. For you, no surprises is better than surprises. As in, you'd rather just not have any surprises, and that would be better than having like a surprise party. Okay. No, I actually agree with you. I really do. You take pleasure in putting things in order. Okay, I think everyone does. It's nice. You feel at ease in a crowd. Okay. You have good control over your desires and temptations. Okay. Nothing to be ashamed over. It's okay. You easily understand new theoretical principles. Okay. No shock. You usually place yourself nearer to the side of the room than to the center. Okay. When solving a problem, you would rather follow a familiar approach than seek a new one. Okay. Let me just scroll down. We have 11 more questions to go. A thirst for adventure is something close to your heart. Okay. When considering a situation, you pay more attention to the current situation and less to a possible sequence of events. Okay. Most people answer that way as well. It's a common thing, don't worry. When solving a problem, you consider the rational approach to be the best. Okay. Once more, I do apologize for the repetitive questions. You find it difficult to talk about your feelings. Yep, another one of those repetitive questions. Your decisions are based more on the feeling of a moment than on the thorough planning. Okay. Take your time. Okay. You prefer to spend your leisure time alone or relaxing in a tranquil atmosphere. What this test is, this question is basically asking is, do you prefer to be alone when you relax, or do you just want to be in a relaxing setting like a park, a public park or something like that? Okay. Yeah, it's just It's just one of those questions. This is not supposed to be all that revealing, you know. They're not going to be asking you about your parentage or, you know, your history. They're just going to be asking you some simple questions. But we are almost done, so don't worry. You feel more comfortable sticking to conventional ways. Okay. You are easily affected by strong emotions. Okay. You are always looking for opportunities. As a rule, current preoccupations worry you more than your future plans. Okay. It is easy for you to communicate in social situations. Okay. Last one. You rarely deviate from your habits. Okay. Let me just... put this test away. And then I'm going to be submitting these responses in, and then we should be receiving your results after the session is over. Okay? Continue on with your appointment. But before we do, did you like the test so far? Did you think it was, you know, easy enough? Did you think it was, you know, yeah, just easy enough? Yeah? Okay, that's great to hear. If you'd like, we can continue on with the personality test, but at the same time, we don't have to. We can continue on in different branches of the appointments. For instance, we can do ink blot tests. We can do just like a psychological profiling and whatnot. We can just continue on doing all these different tests, but not necessarily a personality test like we just did. Unless, of course, you would like to get these regular MBTI tests done just to see how constant your result will be. Okay, it's totally up to you. Totally up to you. If you want to think about it, then think about it and then come back afterwards, and then we can continue on. This is all about you. All these sessions, all these appointments, they're all about you. So just reflect upon what you want to talk about, reflect upon what you want to do, and we'll do it. Okay? Okay. So let's carry on.